Welcome everyone to Library Storytime. So glad you're back. Now we're starting our summer session, and with that, summer reading has started. Our theme this year is tales and tales. Tales meaning animal tales, and fairy tales. The book we're going to read today, Once Upon a Goat. And you may recognize our location. We are back at Coal Creek Farms because I wanted to show you some real tales. This is a horse. This is Light. And she has a beautiful long tail. And there she goes. She can graze a little bit. Then we have Rosie. And Rosie, this is Rosie the donkey. And she has a beautiful tail. And these are our goats. Here's Pineapple. Look at Pineapple's little tail. And Artie. And Artie has his tail. And there's other animals at Coal Creek Farm. Pigs, they have their tails, of course. More horses and some cows. And of course, alpacas, which we'll show you in a little bit. But welcome. So glad you can join me. Summer reading has started. Don't forget, June 5th is our kickoff party. It will be a drive-through party at the Lead Center, so you don't even have to get out of your car. It's perfectly safe, and we will hand you your summer reading information. You'll get to play a game and hopefully ice cream at the end. So please join us. That's June 5th, and of course right now you can start your summer reading. Our theme, tales and tales. Perfect time, perfect theme for this year. So let's begin. Here's Rosie, here's Artie and Pineapple. The book I selected today is Once Upon a Goat. Once Upon a Goat by Dan Richards. Pictures by Eric Barclay. Oh my, it looks like one page has been nibbled. Once upon a goat. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, a king and queen wished for a child. Yes, but where would we put it? Asked the king. Oh, next to the vase on the hearth, naturally, replied the queen. Or beside the roses in the garden, the king added. Oh, yes, perfect, agreed the queen. One day, their fairy godmother stopped by for a visit. Tell me what you desire, she asked. We'd like to start a family, said the king. We're not particular, said the queen. Just glowing skin, bright eyes, and hair like ocean waves should do. Said their fairy godmother. A boy would be great, added the king, but really any kid will do. Of course, answered their fairy godmother. Look on your doorstep when the moon is full. At the next full moon, the king and queen ran to the door. Let it be a boy, said the king. With hair like ocean waves, said the queen. They opened the door and bah, said the goat. I wanted a baby, cried the queen. Oh, it's my fault, wailed the king. I said any kid would do, but I never meant this. You see, a baby goat is called a kid. That's what you call a baby goat, a kid. Reluctantly, the king and queen brought the little beast into their home. Look on the bright side, said the king. We can still hold it like a baby. Well, it has a goatee, replied the queen, and we won't need to change its diapers, said the queen. Oh, that's disgusting, replied the king. At least it loves the royal roses, said the king. That's it. It has to go, commanded the queen. You see, the little goat loved to eat the royal roses, and that displeased the queen. So they came and put the little goat outside the castle. I guess we're better off now, said the queen sadly. The king said, well, a stand had to be taken for the roses. Of course, said the queen. That night, it rained hard. It's not our fault we were given a goat, said the queen. Not our fault at all, added the king, and yet I wonder if we were right to send the little fellow away on such a blustery night. Clearly, he lacks the good sense to find shelter. I suppose he could come in just for tonight. He looks hungry, said the king. Maybe we could share a nibble from our meal. It's late. We can hardly send him away now, said the queen. He shall have to stay in the room for the night. It's only for the night, said the king. One night turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Before long, their fairy godmother returned for a visit. How is everything? Wonderful, replied the king and queen. Perfect. May I see the child? Asked the fairy godmother. And there's the child. Isn't he darling? Said the king. And the queen said, oh, what a blessing. You must be joking, said their fairy godmother. It's a goat. Yes, left on the doorstep when the moon was full, just like you said. Uh-oh, said their fairy godmother. I'll be back. Uh-oh, the fairy godmother went to the goat family, and oh dear, look what baby she gave the goat family. I think she had them mixed up. She took the baby and said, this is for the best, really. But the little baby wanted to stay with his family of goats. My sincere apologies for the misunderstanding. I'll just return the goat, and that will be that, said the fairy godmother. Wait, said the queen. Perhaps there is an alternative, said the king at last. Yes, I see your point, said their fairy godmother. Alternative. Because you see, they're happy. The human child and the goat child. The goat kid is very happy. So what do you think could be the solution? You're right. The fairy godmother went and got the goats and brought them to the castle. Well, said the king, not exactly the family we wished for. No, replied the queen, it's better. And you can see there's the goat, and there's the family, and they lived happily ever after, once upon a goat. Well, thank you for joining me for Library Story Time. Here's some alpacas. Maybe you can see their tails, but they're very friendly too. They like the treats I just gave them. But if you want to come see them, you're welcome to come out to Coal Creek Farms. But thank you. Oh, and don't forget to pick up your craft, because we have crafts now, and your craft this week is sand art. It'll have animals and you can color them with the sand. So please come in to the library to pick up your sand art. And remember, happy reading. It's summer reading time. We'll see you June 5th at the kickoff. Bye-bye.